Hi, it's Opheana Sikaal bringing you a Galactic Channeling with the Family of Light.
We are Cosmic Shamans and teachers of universal consciousness.
The Arcturians are very excited to be sharing with you today and offer you first a harmonization to their field, raising your frequency, connecting with them. And you may feel this as an expansion of your 12 primary chakras as you remain very grounded, yet feel more easily connected to the energy they bring forth. There are a lot of energies moving at the micro and macro levels, they say. And no doubt you will be feeling that. No doubt you will be sensing it with your inner and outer senses. Sometimes it might be very challenging. At other times, very exciting. Like a big storm rolling in, the excitement of the big storm. But also perhaps an anxious feeling of what's coming, what's happening. Sometimes you may get a sense, they say, that time is slipping through your fingers. You cannot hold on to the days, the hours, the minutes, the weeks, the months. And once in a while they smile. You may even forget what year you're in. Are you already in 2020? They smile. This is very natural, they say, in the way the solar system and the galaxy are moving, and the movements that are being made beyond the galaxy as well. Instead of feeling you are losing track of time, a nice point of view is, they say, you are attuning more and more to a galactic time, if you will, a solar system time, a universal time, more of an expanded version of time. For you probably all have heard that linear time is somewhat of an illusion that is part of earthly incarnations, earthly timelines, very effective here, but very malleable and stretchable. Sometimes time feels slow, sometimes fast, and more harder to grab hold of, they state. This is not a bad thing, but it needs some adaptation for all of you. Sometimes you feel like where you used to have 6 hours to do things, you only have 2 hours now because time flows so fast. And this is okay. Plan your days accordingly. Plan your activities accordingly, because your divine feminine, divine masculine, and divine inner child are all getting more energy flowed to them than in the past, where perhaps there was more focus from personality masculine or personality feminine flowing energies through into your creations. That is all changing, and so is your perception of time, because you are looking at things from higher up on the mountain, so to speak, from more of an advanced viewpoint, they state. And it is very interesting to start thinking of it as galactic time or universal time or inner realm time, because that will allow you to let go a little bit more and just start to flow with the flows of time and of energy and of co-creation that your spirit and your teams are guiding you towards.
The Arcturians share the way humans have been taught on Earth via their education and parenting and media. They have been taught to find powerful importance in the routines, the structure, the achievements that society finds important, that has become part of the collective consciousness. And they would like you to think about, to contemplate, how much of that are you connecting into, feeding into, allowing it to puppeteer you? How much of this is actually necessary? How much of what is taught are you feeding into? How much of what you were taught are you still holding on to? Basically living in the past. Your personality's past. And so they would like to offer the idea to wipe and clean the slate, to begin again now, here, to feed through the galactic energy of pure guidance for you, to connect deeply into the Creator's consciousness, the source field energy, so that what comes through is universal truth, not what the teachers were told to teach you in school, the parents were told to parent you in certain ways, the way the media was taught to share and to educate the masses, to wipe the slate clean, to choose, to make a choice to wipe the slate clean, the personality clean, to flush out these concepts, these old paradigms, these old belief systems of how it just has to be. Much like what has been shared with time, to remember that you have a deep connection to divine guidance. And so within this new and continuing time warp that you may be witnessing and experiencing, this new galactic time that is becoming clearer and clearer to you as you are becoming so-called forgetful of the limited earthly time, to allow yourself to not feel hurried to get the old things done the way that the old paradigm, the old belief systems told you you had to do things, the way you had to be, the way you had to achieve. And so they're suggesting again, in as many areas as you can, to wipe the slate clean. Today is a new day for you to be open to universal time, to be open to universal truth, to be open to universal guidance, rather than very limited earthly controlled guidance. It's very simple, they say. When you rise above the limitations, the belief systems, the collective consciousness, control systems, all of the areas that have been manipulated to assist in the forgetfulness of the earthly realm, you can wipe the slate clean, start a new day, be open to pure, clear guidance. And yes, they state it will continue to be somewhat challenging to stay focused on universal time, galactic time, rather than earthly time. That is part of your self-mastery. That is the mastery of rising above and beyond the limitations of the earthly personality, the forgetting process that you go through to raise in consciousness, to raise your vibration, to raise above the limitations. And to some of you it feels impossible with all the commitments and responsibilities. They say it is possible. It is possible. And to let go of the attachments of what does it mean if I wipe the slate clean? What does it mean if I let go of my attachments to these things? Who will be hurt? How will I be hurt? Etc., etc. And so they say use your healing tools and abilities to flush these out. Allow yourself this gift to connect in with Source, with the Creator's consciousness, rather than the puppeteering of the collective old ways, old teachings. When you're at a different perspective, a higher perspective of full remembrance, these little ideas that were taught to you in school, from parents, etc., etc., you'll see the priorities, the importance of these. Is similar to a little breath of wind. You can let it pass now. It's old. It's time for it to transform back into love light frequencies, allowed to be flushed into the universal void so that you can create more space for the now within your system, for galactic timing, universal truth, universal guidance.
The concept of linear time is a funny and interesting one, they say. If you look at all growth, all movement forward, it is all based on spiral motions, often containing the energies of the Fibonacci spiral, they state. It's interesting as well in your life. If you look at all sorts of movements forward, the earth rotates in a circular motion, water drains out in a circular motion, you stir your food in a circular, not linear motion. And so the new concept you can start practicing with, if you would like, they state, your choice, is to gently start moving from the concept of linear time to a new model of spiralescent time. They smile. That's a new word, they state, but it will help you to keep things grounded in your now without thinking too much about galactic or universal time or solar system time, but think of time more as spiralescent in its progression. And this will help you to understand that you are moving into a new model of time, yet you are still in your earthly incarnation and creations. Being with us today, and offer all of this energy to all beings on earth. Thank you so much. So many blessings, guys, and we will check in again next time.
So many blessings, lots of love.